I miss the days when if you disagreed with someone, you could go on your merry effing way and go about your life, or you would try to change their mind with a conversation. I miss when you could do that. Now you have all this cancel culture bullshit, and it's just insufferable. Anyway, apparently another hipster douche canoe decided he wanted to cancel Gina Carano, and rather than me just rambling, I thought I would read the article by bounding into comments just to give you the full context instead of asking you to go research it yourself. That kind of feels lazy to me. But I thought I would just go over this, and yeah, you can go over it with me and just to give my thoughts on it. So this article comes from Bounding Into Comics. Pop culture news outlet podcast calls on Disney to fire the Mandalorian star Gina Carano's to prevent her from using her platform to spread ignorant and dangerous views. I swear to God, I'm sick of the hyperbole with these douchebags. I really am. And I say douchebag a lot. But these people are the epitome of douchebag. Like, they are self-righteous, sanctimonious. Like, I have half a mind to tell them to take and put in their... No, I'm not going to go there. That's too edgelord for right now. Let's just get into it. Pop culture news outlet Pop Dust has become the latest voice to join the call for Gina Carano to be fired from her role in The Mandalorian for her political views, with a new piece denouncing both the actress and the conservatives for their wrong-headed and dangerously ignorant views. And this is why I can't stand leftists. They are so communistic. They are so 1984. They literally want to make wrong think a re-education part of real life. Anyway, on November 23rd, Pop Dust staff writer Keith Baldwin published an article asking, can Disney fire Gina Carano from The Mandalorian for being depressingly normal? Asserting in the article's subheading that Gina Carano's political views are upsetting and ignorant, but they are not unusual. In the opening to this piece, Baldwin disingenuously summarizes the recent controversies involving Carano's social media presence, such as her refusal to bow to mob demanding she add pronouns to her bio, or the backlash to her call for businesses to open while taking whatever COVID-19 beer bug precautions they wished, and her creation of a Parler account as moments of apparent ignorance, meant to, worst of all, anger or alienate left-leaning fans. Well, first off, these left-leaning fans aren't really fans. They are a bunch of social justice goblins who get offended by every little thing under the sun and are not worth the time of day. And again, I say we should tell them to drink a gallon of bleach, because they contribute nothing to society but destruction. Again, they're communists. They only know how to tear down shit, not build. It should be noted that while Carano's publicly professed beliefs are shared more widely by those on the American right than on the left, she has never outright confirmed her adherence to any particular political party or ideology, which is good. I like that. I wish there was more of that from other actresses and actors in the entertainment industry, because they are insufferable about it. Anyway, the douche canoe in question says that Gina Carano has revealed herself to harbor some wrong-headed and dangerously ignorant views, again as he accused, but they are views that are common enough to be completely ordinary in 2020. In large swaths of the country, they are undoubtedly much more common than the alternative. Baldwin then turns his attention to President Trump, criticizing both events that factually occurred, such as his banning of transgender individuals from enlisting in the military and those that did not. Most notably, his insisting that there were very fine people on both sides of the infamous 2017 Charlottesville Unite the Right rally. Okay, I am really sick of that. He condemned both sides of it. He was just saying there are good and bad people on both sides of that event. Like, literally, media. Ladies, gentlemen, those of you who identify as attack helicopters, Get over it. Charlottesville happened. And quit lying about Trump. I don't like him all the time, but I am sick of this bullshit. He was just saying, he condemned both sides. And it feels retarded that anyone has to confirm that. I'm pretty sure I saw him deny it or condemn it. But anyway, again, back to the article, the infamous 2017 Charlottesville Unite the Right rally, because asserting that after 4 years with the president who has normalized and amplified conspiratorial and divisive views, it's easy to say that Gina Carano's behavior on Twitter has been offensive and disturbing. Okay, fuck you, Baldwin. Fuck you. Fuck the fuck right the fuck off. Sorry to any relatives who heard that, but I'm so sick of this puritanical self-righteousness is nauseating. And Trump's not the one trying to divide people. That's the media and people in the entertainment industry. They're the ones doing that. People like Gina Carano, they seem more interested in uniting people or just entertaining people. They're not being pricks about it. And this entire rant this guy was going on sounds unproductive, as usual from a social justice goblin. They rant and they rave and they contribute nothing to society. And again, they are a prime example why abortion should be allowed, because not everyone should have children. Especially people who have way too much free time on their hands. Anyway, at this point in his piece, Baldwin proceeds to generalize various political opinions, such as those which believe that concerns over pronouns uses are silly, that Black Lives Matter protests are dangerous, that mask mandates are unnecessary, and the fraudulent votes flipped the 2016 election to Joe Biden. I'm not going to lie, some of those views are mine, but except for the mask part, no idea what to make of that. But yeah, pronouns are silly. I am friends with people online who make fun of that shit. I only associate with a couple people who do that on their bio. They tend to be the most flagrantly intolerant assholes on the internet who always like to spread misinformation. Black Lives Matter is a dangerous protest. They're assholes. They burn shit down. And it's not even their shit. They go to other towns and burn it down. And it's usually a bunch of white assholes doing it. Although maybe there are some blacks in it, but I mainly see white people getting demasked usually. And yes, I believe the 2020 election was rigged. It was fraud. And Biden's presidency will be the first bastard presidency, given how illegitimate it is, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, they go over this as being held by a singular political straw man, asserting that if tomorrow every American company fired every employee who believed these things, the unemployment rate would shoot up by 30% overnight. We can acknowledge that these views are wrong and dangerous, moralizes Baldwin, but on some level we have to confront the fact that around Bud to reel it again, reducing the complicated and various reasons that voters cast their ballot for President Trump to nothing more than simple, easy-to-digest bad guy. Yeah, and that's kind of how simple-minded these idiots are. They like to talk down to people. They think they are better than everyone else. They're not. They're actually the scum of the earth. They're insufferable beyond belief, and they think they're better than you. They think they are morally superior, and you're not. You're actually morally inferior to most of Americans. If the types that do this kind of stuff and you're listening to this, yeah, I think you're inferior. I think you're pieces of human garbage. You're everything you accuse the right of. You are the deplorables. Baldwin also stated that Carano has already shown a tendency towards this type of thinking, a stubbornly refusing to support good causes if random people on Twitter are rude about them. Baldwin writes in criticism of the actress, "It's likely that Disney firing her would launch her career to a new level of celebrity as a conservative pundit and victim of cancel culture. This may serve to push her and others like her even further into right-wing misinformation, intolerance, and conspiracism." No, the intolerance is on the left. It's usually from guys like Baldwin. They are the most intolerant dog shit people I've ever seen. But what choice is there when the alternative is to continue adding her profile and her ability to spread destructive messages just because her views are normal doesn't make them okay? And yeah, these people think they are the norm. They're not. They are not. They think they are. Their views are the vast majority of views. Secret, they are not. You are the minority. You are a vocal minority. They are. I know it may seem like there's more of them because they make such a big stink on Twitter, but they're not. Twitter's just a place where these pricks congregate. And that's the end of the article. And all I can really say is, where's the name? 1 second. Yeah, I forgot the name because this douchebag isn't even worth remembering. Something Baldwin. Wonder if he's related to that other douchebag Baldwin. Huh, that's weird. It's gone. Well, Baldwin, yeah, you are just condescending, stupid. You are everything that Orwell warned us about. This is why people don't like cancel culture, because you do stuff like this. You talk down to them. You don't try to understand them. You don't even try to reason with people. It's just either my way or the highway. And you are no different than the Christians in the early 2000s and late 90s and 80s and everywhere before who used to bash on gay people who were just trying to live their lives. Actually, no, I think you're worse than them. They at least knew when to shut up and leave people be. At least gay people could go to another part of the country where maybe they would be isolated and they could live their lives a little bit more. They could find a more tolerant community. You assholes would follow them around, dox them, threaten them, their families, their children, their relatives, their friends, ruin their lives. And I agree with Mr. H. Reviews. This is very 1984 of them. This is the same kind of thinking that Ocasio-Cortez wants to enact with her blacklist for Trump supporters. And maybe I'm biased here, but yeah, no. Screw this noise. Screw this Baldwin guy or girl. And yeah, Gina Carano had nothing wrong. What I would love to do is just lock all these people who want to cancel her into a room with Gina Carano and let her do what she wants to them. Like, she would probably lay them the F out. Actually, no, the fuck out. She would lay them the fuck out. She would beat the shit out of them, and I would pay money to see it. And I'm not a wrestling fan or a fighter fan, but I would pay money to see that because these people act all tough and mighty when they are talking down to you from their ivory tower, but when they're actually in the thick of it, they do pretty bad. They do worse than me on Mortal Kombat 11, basically. They're cowards and they're schmucks. And Baldwin, if you hear this, yeah, kindly have a cyanide pill. Actually, no, don't do that. That'd be a waste of a cyanide pill. But yeah, just screw off. Every one of these social justice goblins who are attacking Gina Carano, they're scum. They are a vocal minority, and they should be ignored, not propped up or listened to. They are no different than the people they hate, which is the far right, which I am not a fan of either. I'm pretty sure they would hate me as well. But the far right and the far left and the social justice warriors, they are all just scum. They are pricks of the highest caliber who should not be taken seriously. And I'm probably rambling with this, but I really want to drive the point home that these people... Like, one of the good things about when Trump came to office was he basically showed, he basically went and showed and said, you do realize you can tell these people to fuck off, right? And yeah, people realize that. Some people started to see that more and more, and I wish they would do that more and more. And also, to correct something I may have said in the past, I'm pretty sure I said that Disney has not been defending Gina Carano over this. Well, they aren't firing her as of yet. They haven't done anything with her. negatively, so it appears like they're not capitulating to these pricks for once. And I hope they continue not to capitulate. She's a good actress. Loved her in Deadpool. Loved her in the first season of The Mandalorian. Well, I liked her performance anyway. And I have no idea what they've done with her in the second season, but it sounds like she sounds like a good actress and a decent human being, which is more than I can say for Pablo Hidalgo, I think. Wait, no, not Pablo, Pedro. Yeah, she sounds a lot better than him. She sounds more tolerant than most people in the entertainment industry, and I wish there were more like her. Anyway, that's me venting. Don't know if I'll publish this or not, but yeah, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours, and yeah, have a nice day. Remember, the game was rigged from the start.